Hello, my name's Ian. I'm going to teach you how to snowboard. I think if you follow the techniques that I'm about to show you, you should be able to snowboard in 2 to 3 days. From the last exercise that I got you to do before we came up on the drag lift, I got you to be facing with your board side on, facing down the slope. Then I got you to put your nose of your snowboard straight down, so you're going straight down the slope, and then braking, pulling it back using your heel edge. Doing that, and then heel edge. Then I got you to do the opposite, starting in this position facing up the slope, engaging the nose of the board down the slope, and then back to here. Down the slope, and back to here. Once you crack those two, you want to link both of those together. So you start in this position, put your nose of your snowboard down, then you turn to this position. Then you turn back with your nose of your snowboard facing down the slope, and you turn back to this position. All of this helps with the basics of doing slalom turns, which I'm now going to show you. Weight is, remember, still always on that front foot, still holding your tray, and we're just going to do very, very narrow turns, like slalom, like you might have seen the skiers do between the poles, but very, very narrow turns. I wouldn't recommend you do slalom turns on a steep slope. I would recommend you do it on a fairly shallow slope because of the amount of speed that you're going to build up. But it's good that you learn this, because as you go to bigger resorts, there are bits where you need to keep a bit of speed up. So as long as you can do slalom turns to keep your speed checked, so checking your speed just by slightly carving, you're going to be in control, but you're not going to be going straight down the mountain. Coming to a perfect stop. All the time it was simply my weight changing over the board that was making the turns. Slight change to the right takes me right. Slight change back coming this way takes me left, and so on and so forth. Okay, we've just worked on our slalom turns. So just little narrow turns, just showing yourself moving your weight from side to side and rocking. Also, when you do your slalom turns, you want to rock from edge to edge. Remember, it's your edges that do the turning, combined with your weight and position over the board. To show you an example of how much your weight changes and makes you actually do the turns, we're going to move to wide turns. Now, while you're learning to snowboard, you're going to probably do more of these than the slalom turns. With wide turns, you want to come into the turn, and you want to slightly crouch yourself down. So my normal riding position is very upright. I've only slightly bent my knees. I'm riding like this. As I come in to do, I'm going to do a left turn this way. So I'm riding along on my toe edge, going in that direction, and I'm turning onto my heel edge. It's called a heel side turn. So what I'm doing is, as I come to start doing the turn, I crouch down a little bit. You don't need to be crouching all the way down here. Your bum doesn't need to be sticking all the way out. So just slight crouch down. Then you start to move your tray. Don't forget about your tray. Slightly move your tray. As soon as you do that, you should feel the nose of the board start to turn, and the tail of the board will follow. As soon as you feel the tail of the board get slightly beyond the point where your nose is going straight down the slope, you want to stand up. Stand upright. Okay, so you're going from this position, regular riding position, slightly crouched down, turning and standing up. Remember, it's all one fluid movement. It's not dum, dum, stand up. It's all one fluid movement. As you do that, keep on saying it, as long as your weight is on that front foot, the tail of the board will naturally come round and you will complete the turn. Remember, however, that as you come round this way, if you're riding left foot forward, you then have to change the edge that you're now engaging. So we're going along, it's my toe edge, make a turn onto my heel edge. As I come to do the other way, it's called a toe side turn, exactly the opposite. I'm riding along, running parallel with the slope, and then I change, the snowboard comes flat, I make the turn, I crouch down, I stand up, do everything that I just said before, and then I come onto my toe edge, and that's called a toe edge turn. So I'm going to show you doing these a couple of times as we go down the slope, just to give you some examples and show you my body position as it goes up and down as I do the turn. We're going along, reversing along,